Hi again. If you are a parent who's ever lost sleep at night, wondering what in the world would happen if your child got lost, then keep listening. Our guest on today's show has an amazing product that he created to keep his son safe if he ever was to get lost in the community. Originally, he created the product for his son, but realized that it could help so many more parents and is now sharing it with you. So stay tuned to learn more. Welcome to the Autism Family Resource Podcast, where we provide guidance and insights for parenting neurodivergent children. From Pure Hearts Therapy, I'm your host, Brian Keene. All right, welcome back, everyone. Today's guest is Justin, father of a non-speaking autistic child, and he created the product scammehome.com after realizing the need for an additional layer of security and peace of mind as his kids learn to navigate the world of a child living with a disability. Welcome to the show, Justin.
Hey, how are you, Brian?
Good. How are you doing?
Well.
It's really awesome to have you on the show. We've been trying to link up for quite a while. Tell our audience a little bit more about you and your background.
Man, I got 3 kids. I got one that's 19, plays baseball in Canada. I have Jackson, my nonverbal autistic boy. He's I call him my spirit child. He's born on 11/11/11. He's a special human, and then I have my 5-year-old, what they call a payback. You know, that one child that you get that's the mini you. So I got my hands full. You know, Jackson is the reason why I created this product. You know, I'm a dad, and I'm a dad first before anything else. And when you have a child that is brand new to a world you've never explored, you learn a lot about yourself and them. And with learning things about them, watching them evolve, you start to have some fears and some concerns of what ifs, and there's a lot of them out there. That's kind of why I created Scam Me Home. I'm in the technology world. My buddy and I run a search control, and we help people do these things that I created. So, so just all the background, the love for my child, the passion of being a dad, and the world I come from allowed me to come up with something that allowed me to send them out into the world and get them home in the event something went wrong, and let them leave with a peace of mind.
Awesome. I love that. Can you tell me about any situations raising your child or a specific story that really kind of like pulled the trigger to really make this happen?
It's always a fear. You go to bed every night, right? They get older, they get bigger, they get stronger, they get faster. And for fortunately, Jackson is nonverbal. And, if he does elope, which he does, right? He literally has zero way to tell anybody who he is, who he belongs to, how to get home. My only opportunity to reconnect with him is the 5 o'clock news, or magically the police put this kid back with this dad, right? So as I was going through the process, watching him get older, he started to go on field trips. He's strong, he's fast. I remember as a kid, we'd be cleaning up the house thinking he's playing. And next thing you know, we look out the window and he's at the neighbor's house. And we're like, what the heck's going on? So as he gets older, these things happen. And, really one day I was going through the process to get him his services and, DDD and these things. And I was in a passionate conversation with the lady I was speaking with. And when I hung up the phone, I took about 45 minutes sitting in my truck and thinking to myself, okay, I've been in technology forever. How can I do something that fits my son? My son won't wear a necklace. He won't wear a bracelet. He's not going to be successful with an AirTag, whether it's losing it, putting a place on his body, me being responsible enough to keep it charged, right? So I had to find a solution for my son. And I called my developer, Nick Norris, long life friend of mine. And I'm like, dude, how do we do this? Right? Like, what is it that we can do to help Jackson? And I started thinking, and I'm like, can we do a QR code? What information can we hold? Can we put it on iron-on material? Is it washable? And all these things started going in like literally 72 hours. We were live with scammehome.com, and my son had tags on his back. Now, I only really created it for him, and then did a few autism events that I was invited to. His school, Arizona Autism Charter Schools, Diana Diaz wears it for her child for a purpose of nonverbal, but also seizures, right? There's a 3-step protocol that he requires before calling 911. We hold that information as well. For my son, it's, Hey, my name's Jackson. I'm nonverbal. If I'm lost, call my dad. And it's one click to call. And hey, I found your kid on aisle 13 eating Cheetos. Come get him. Right. Lessens the time of panic for the parent, the distress, the anxiety, the time of getting and returning with your child. So that's all put into that. And is it the end all be all? Absolutely not, but it's insurance and a peace of mind for me. I slap it on his back in 30 seconds. It takes longer for the iron to heat up than it does to put on his clothes, and extremely effective. So yeah, that's kind of where we're going with that, with the stories and how it was founded, and kind of the fears that we have as humans.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. And that's crazy. 72 hours. You had it up and
I'm
running.
telling you, some people call me crazy.
Impressive, I should say.
Took me 11 years to look at it. It took me 11 years for that 72 hours.
True.
So
True. Tell our parents and listeners more about the products. You said we have a QR code.
yeah, so it's pretty simple, like how the process goes. Every kid's different. Everybody's sensories are different. So in my system, the process one is for my son in particular was the void I needed to fill. Right. So what we have are iron on QR code tags. Right. They can go on your backpacks. They can go on your clothing, your sweatshirts, just about anything by ironing it on within like 35 to 60 seconds, let's say, just depending on what type of iron you have. But also, if your kid is okay with a necklace or a bag tag or a wristband, those things are also available in the store once you become a member of Scam You Home. It's the tags are connected to the software that we developed. I've had a lot of excitement about introducing the medical tech software to families, and families with dementia. Like there's a lot of people with Alzheimer's that benefit from it as well. So and like I said earlier, regular kids going on vacation that may not know mom and dad's phone number. So there's all types of products in there. It's pretty simple. You go to the website, you select what package you want. I actually have a discount code for your listeners today for a lifetime discount of 50% off for life. Just to give it a shot and see if it's for them. It may not be. It's not for everybody, but extremely effective. So you have bag tags, you have backpacks, you have T-shirts you can buy, and like I said, iron-on tags are the most effective.
Awesome. That makes sense. It's not going anywhere, right?
Yeah, not at all. It's crazy the market and the amount of humans that are every day that experience something that could benefit from this. Just most families don't know about it, right? We're not Apple or we're not commercial. I'm just a dad that needed a way.
I love that. Thanks for sharing that. All right. Well, tell me this. So when they log on, obviously they choose all the products. And then how's it go from there? Is this a monthly membership or how's it work?
There's a user dashboard. Each membership, it's $9.95 a month on a month to month basis. You can cancel anytime. It's $9.95 to get started just on the month to month process, and then it goes up to paid in full. But on the backside, the user dashboard, right? It's your home base. It's where you can apply up to 3 family members to it. So if you have brothers and sisters, neurodivergent or not, autistic or not, what have you, younger sibling, you can still pay for that $9.95 and have up to 3 member profiles, excuse me. And then from there, you assign all the information, right? You go back and what you want somebody to know about your child and or you is you have control of that information. I don't, so like I said, for my son, I'm okay with somebody knowing his last name. His first name. I'm okay with somebody knowing my phone number. I'm okay with call my dad, right? But if somebody wants, their kid gets found and, gosh forbid it's 8 hours and somebody wants to feed them, you can make sure they don't have peanuts in their system. You can make sure if they're having a seizure. So these are all the things that you define while building your profile for your tag. And then you save and you go and you're live immediately. And then once you guys actually create the account, I ship them out to you. I mail them out to you.
That's such a great idea. Just like having the things like if they're like any risks, like you said, like any allergies or something. That's really awesome. I wouldn't have thought that to put that on it, but that's great.
For me, it's a lot of people are different. A lot of people are unique, and we want to make sure that a family member has a way to tell somebody about their child so they get again back to where they're going, just how they left.
Let's jump into I love the word you said earlier. It's not an end all be all, right?
No,
This is a
I
resource.
wish it was.
It's it's a resource, it's a tool. So as a father, what are some other community safety tips or tools you may have for parents at home to help them sleep better at night, and or incorporate into their lives?
You know, me, I'm a stay close to me kind of dad. When we go places, my son's 11 years old. I still hold his hand. You know, I park as close as I can to the front door of wherever we're going. When we're out in public, I try to keep him as close as I can. I think I lost him one time. Now that I think about it, I lost him one time at Great Wolf Lodge, and for about a total of a minute and 30 seconds, I let him go up the water slide, and mom and I are hanging around the water slide thinking we see him, and it's been like 60 seconds. He should have been down by now. We're starting to panic and look around, and finally we look over and he's in the wave pool just living the dream. And it was probably the most scariest 60 seconds that felt like 2 hours of my whole life, right? And so just stay close, pay attention. You always got to be aware of your surroundings and people around you and what they're doing. Know that talk to your teachers, talk to your community, and explain who your son is, and if you're using the tags, tell people about it. Tell your local school, say, hey, if you guys go on a field trip, know that my son has this tag or my daughter has this tag. If you're traveling, make the airlines people aware of what this means. The greatest thing about QR codes and why I gravitated towards it, because since 2020, us as humans have been conditioned to use QR codes. Prior to 2020, we saw a QR code, but naturally the human's going to go to the website just like we've always done. We're not going to scan it. Now that we had to be forced to do it for menus and other things, people can transition to their mind, oh, that thing gives me information. And in order to get that piece of information, I've got to pull out my phone and scan it. Like, we know that as humans. So that gave us an opportunity much greater now than ever to have the QR code and Scan Me Home be effective. So, just make people aware, I guess, is what I'm getting out of your products, whether it's mine or somebody else's. Make sure that people know that they have it. That way, if something does go south, they can say, hey, kid's got a Scan Me Home card on his back. You find it, scan, call us, whatever it may be. It's there.
I love that. That's huge. I agree. Like, we used to look at QR codes and just pass them up. Like, why is that there? But yeah,
Yeah,
now,
we can understand them.
right, and just COVID and everything happens. It's definitely been more of a thing now.
And
And all,
then to multiply it even further is that nobody understood that we could use them for humans and then human safety.
big.
I can't tell you countless stories where Grandpa's standing on the street corner telling somebody he lives in Chandler, but he really is a block away from his house in Sun City, right? And how many silver alerts you see driving down the freeway all the time. What happens if that person had a tag? So it's really crossed over for everybody. Anybody can find a use for it. But again, my purpose was my son, nonverbal. God forbid he gets out. I need to get him home.
Awesome. All right, Justin, before we finish up, is there any last comments or takeaways that you want to leave with our listeners?
Yeah, I mean, really, I created a discount code for your listeners. We have just added some new features to the back end of the website, a new sign-up process. We're really trying to break the system this time. It's not really, this is not about, money or anything like that. Memberships it's about us helping as many families as we can. Obviously, there's hard costs that go into, doing something like this. However, the benefit is much greater. So as much as I'd love to give it away for free to everybody, the cost of printing and mailing, etc., it gets there. So what I've done is I created a code called VIP member, and I'll repeat it again just so you have it. The VIP member, and it allows you to go to the website, pick any one of the 3 packages that fits your family the best, and then upon checkout, there's a coupon code. Type in VIP member, and it's 50% off the entire membership for life. So instead of it being $9.95 to sign up, it's $4.95. Instead of being $9.95 a month, it's $4.95. Right? Can cancel at any time. No one's gonna hold you hostage. And then the other thing I'd recommend is talk about it, share it with people. Go to scanmehome.com and understand. Check out my Instagram page, scan.me.home. You're going to see pictures of my son's clothes, his backpacks. You can zoom in on a tag and scan it yourself. Call me if you have questions. It's no big deal. The more people that we can get this across to, the more people that know about it is the safer everyone's going to be.
Awesome, Justin. Thank you so much for sharing your product and all your wisdom and honestly your story. I think a lot of people resonate with your story. And thanks for being on this show.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Brian. Let's link up again, and hopefully in a month or two we can check back and give away some free accounts and give them to your families. But yeah, have everybody share and check out scammyhome.com. Anybody's welcome to email me, ask me any questions, anything. I'm on deck. Anything to do to help a family out.
Thanks to Justin for coming on the show and sharing this amazing resource that he has created. I know your child's safety is number one, and I also feel like this is a very affordable product considering the increased peace of mind you can get if your child is non-speaking or simply doesn't know the address or phone number. I can also picture so many situations where these tags could also be beneficial, like if you have a parent who has dementia, or if your child's going on a field trip, or maybe you're taking a vacation to a new place. I think that these are all situations where this could be beneficial. But as Justin mentioned, this product isn't the end all be all. So when it comes to community safety, community is everything. It's on us to educate our community, including our neighbors, friends, family, and even police officers about these types of resources, and to also advocate for cultural awareness training for neurodivergent populations. So don't be afraid to lead that charge. The resources shared in this show are created to empower your family to thrive. I believe community leads to growth and learning, so let's connect. Follow me on the Pure Hearts Therapy social media pages where you can contact me directly for questions. The links to this show and my contact information are in the show notes. Just scroll down in your podcast player or simply visit pureheartstherapy.com for more resources. Thanks for listening to the Autism Family Resource podcast. Subscribe now for more resources to empower your family to thrive and live their best lives. See you next time.